Bagaeso, football served us well this weekend. I've got my boy Mpho Seopa now who is in Cape Town. Now he has to support other teams because his beloved team, Cape Town City, is not doing well. Lufuno.
Yes, indeed.
You made predictions about the game in Cape Town and the one in Pretoria. What was your prediction?
Bona, Stellenbosch, basevan to them natifel. Week in, week out.
Pause. Cox, your prediction?
Yeah.
No, you can't start with How do we get to
No, I predicted a Pretoria win. I was more inclined by the city more than the play. But yeah, I thought really SuperSport was going to give it a proper bash.
But they got a proper bash.
They got a proper bashing.
So, Lufuno,
Ibo.
Ure.
Bona. To them not. Renwadi wine da.
But you've got to look at the way that the game played out.
Yeah.
You've got to look at Stellies at home.
Yeah.
And this record of theirs that just keeps growing and growing and growing cannot be denied.
Yeah.
Steve Barker, where's our Lango Stellenbosch that other people are not doing?
Look, Steve Barker currently is one of the longest serving coach in the PSL in one team. So the consistency in that team, the integration of players from the development into the first team, the recruitment of players, the system that they play, everything is in sync. When you see Stellenbosch...
And that stadium,
Bona. When you see Stellenbosch today, you watch Stellenbosch next week, you see the same team, regardless of the players that are playing on the day.
SuperSport can't buy a win, Chief. If they were saying win is for sale, ever since we turned 2024.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that they're buying everyone in win. If you look at all these teams, in the PSL, they're benefiting of SuperSport's hard work. It's the funniest thing. But yeah, it's a bad patch. I really thought it's something that they'll get over, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Psychologically, something has to give. It's beyond coaching. It's beyond just.
Mara, Coach Gavin may take them to the hill, to to run, maybe to help.
If they have to go tubing, let them go. If they have to go wash in a river, let them go. But it's just beyond them moving them, because now even the players get to a point where they start to question the coach. I've seen it happen with a lot of teams. He has proper players. He has a squad that should be second. They were second at some point, they clocked second, but now they just, on a decline. So Coach Kenyeza will not agree with me, but psychologically somebody has to step in and say, guys, let's jump in.
Hey man, no, we're going to need psychologists that are here. Mara, they then came this thing at Moses Mabhida that was ginormous. It was a battle of the senior citizen.
Yeah,
if your team was not in 1930-something, you were not allowed to be there.
No, you were not allowed to be there.
The battle at Moses Mabhida.
Usuthu olumapeshankoni nyoko hlazana umabona bulawo. Hebe usuthu.
Wawa kitsewu. Wabona. So we had a battle, but I think we were very clear with Pirates don't have difficulties to beat Amazulu. They, no matter how good Amazulu is, they somehow Pirates find it very easy to go past them. You can look at the record. For over 20 games, Amazulu have never beaten Pirates, home or away. So it was all written that in the skies that Ezimnyama, Ngikani, semi-finalist.
So when I say it's written in the stars,
Go on.
Mapeshangon,
you have a league game, you can redeem yourself.
Yeah, but are they going to redeem themselves? That's another question. Or we're still going to be on that slippery slope, Pirate, there just seems to be something that Pirates does right, irrespective of who's coaching the team. We looked at how they play. Usuthu should have won that match.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll question referee. That played a huge factor. That call was a big factor.
It was very big. Makaula was very convincing in everything he did on the day. He convincing on the penalty dive, convincing on the celebration.
Oscar-winning performance.
Convincing on the scoring.
Give him a sub. So players will take chances. It goes without saying. Players will take chances. I'm not a fan of that, but it happens. And as a referee, you have to be switched on to these things. I was hoping maybe we'd have VAR to have a look at that.
No, VAR only happens when Sundowns plays. People are talking. Having said all that, We then go, and I know we've skipped a certain game that played on Friday. We then go to the Battle of Mbombela.
Yebo.
Cox, you said?
Cheaper.
You said?
I said Gallants. Unfortunately,
Chief, you can't play one ball, knock at the crossbar.
No, you miss a penalty.
You miss a penalty.
In 90 minutes, you equalize, then it changes the game. Yeah, I guess it was a game for cheaper, because I think TS had an opportunity there, big opportunity to equalize really 90 minutes. All you had to do is knock that thing in, and then back to square one. We fight in the last 30 minutes of extra time. It did not happen. Well done, and congratulations to Chippa United.
Cox, there's a thing that happens there, the Chippa bench, because now you've got Coach Kopo and Coach Thabo September.
Yeah.
Pretoria guys.
There's a duet that's happening there. I don't know if we should call it a trio since Coach Morgan has registered for his papers. But he's there.
You will see, with his suk football.
Yeah. So, Mamila ball,
talking to the rotate interviews before the match.
That's what we need to look at. And that's what I was saying to you when I said, everybody seems to be benefiting of SuperSport except SuperSport at this moment. You look at Kwanele Kopo, you look at Thabo September. Thabo was in the DDC team.
Yeah.
Kwanele has been in the game.
No, he's a scholar of the game.
Kwanele has been there with the likes of Coach Beats, or he's been there with the late Tommy. So he knows what it takes to be there. I was just hoping that they would let him play his football, and it seems like it's taking that identity. You look at how they play. 3 games now unbeaten, like we're just winning, And I looked at their match against Kaizer Chiefs. I was not particularly impressed in the first 20 minutes, and it seemed to have happened again. So what it tells you that if you want to beat this cheaper, go in first 20 minutes, or go in just go in at them when the game starts, and you should be going. So he needs to work on that.
This one is giving coded messages to Mapagania to say they must come in 20 minutes.
No, Mapagania does not need that.
On a balance of play, Cox is right. If you look at the Chiefs game, they created a lot of chances. The problem is that they did not take their chances. Same as Galaxy again. They're not taking their chances. I think that's one area that Chippa United need to work on. They need to switch on in a very first critical moment of the game when it starts. Otherwise, when they pick up, then they start really troubling opposition. One thing about Chippa that I will give credit to, they are very defensive sound. Once they score,
yes,
it's very hard for you to break them down. So
they're strong at the back.
No, general play. Because remember, you don't defend from the back. You defend, as a team. They're very defensive.
They're very sound.
Very sound. And then they will use counter-attack. They've got a big man there, number 9.
The big man.
Number 9.
Evan.
He's scoring. He is scoring.
Eva miss. Mapagania, these ones are saying Eva must score. Then we arrive, going back to what happened on Friday night, which then brings me to this question. Sundowns le dikoko tsa ukora na kanti ho irala.
Yeah, you know what's happening ku Sundowns. A lot of teams, he thought a lot of teams would just come and play the low block, but we looked at Mr. Motaung and Rulani are good friends. That's an open secret. And he also went on further to say he's a student of Rulani's game. So he studied them, and he studied how they play. What he did right, and I think that's what Pirate did when they played against Sundowns. They're pressing hard. If you go after Ronwen, you've killed the supply chain from the initial moment. And once you've done that, the only problem is that can you maintain it, which is going to be
So it's not about the first 10 minutes, it's not a once-off.
You can do it. So
it's structured press.
Yes. So once you do the structured press, what you need to make sure is that it benefits you during that period, because you will not be able to sustain it for 60 minutes is a long time to be doing that structured press. And Sundowns is going to find that. So teams are doing that, and they seem to be frustrating them when they do that. So we will see that happening more often. Yes, I know a lot of people opt for the low block, but you're just saying come, and Sundowns is going to find a solution when it comes to that. But we looked at that, and we looked at how Tuks approached it. They were tired though.
No, it's tiring, Chief. That shifting left, shifting right. No.
You can't be tilting all the time.
I've spoken to a couple of players after they've played Sundowns. That shifting gets people very tired.
You'll be tired. Because once Sundowns go the left tilt, that's it. You have to follow them. You just have to constantly follow them, and you can't maintain.
And I think you know who I think gave people that structure, or you can low block against Sundowns. It's this one in the first round.
Yes.
At Kaizer Chiefs, because
Yes.
Kaizer Chiefs under Molefi did the shifting. Mara, having said that, what we will do, we will say the following. It was a wonderful weekend of the Nedbank Cup. And it's been announced we're going to Mbombela Stadium. And before we get to Mbombela, people have to choose who they're supporting because now others are out, friends off. Tshepo must support now Stellies because the Cape Townians are there. Where now you must support fellow neighbors there in Orlando.
the grapes, bro.
Oh, no, nobody create. When let's say
The grapes there finally.
Oh, so when you are stuck with Sundowns and Pirates?
Yeah, no. The grapes can only take you so far. Fermented grapes, that is.
No, bona. Fermented grapes. Let's go find water. Re khopela ona metsi. Re bona hore he re ya pele. What is happening in terms of football at the moment? Where's the football going? What are the teams doing? Where are we going in this? Because, hey, there's a lot of happening in the PSL, man. As Cox says, the best league in Africa.